Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we're going to study the book of 2 John. I hate snakes. I want nothing to do with them. When I'm at the zoo, I walk quickly by those exhibits. I won't hold them when the handlers have them out, and I sure will not bring one home as a pet. That even goes for my kids. No snakes, no way, never. Well, the Bible? The Bible tells us we should have the same posture with false teaching and false teachers. We should stay far away from them. So if you need some encouragement to stand faithful to God and His Word, 2 John is the book to study. The letter of 2 John is brief but powerful. In just 13 verses, John challenges us to abide by God's instruction and reject false teachers. According to the author John, we should obey God's commands and live them out. We should keep watch for false teaching and teachers while protecting the truth of God. John would write this letter around 90 A.D. from Ephesus to the elect lady and her family. 1 John is really about fellowship, but it's also about love. One thing that John will push here is that true love involves discernment. True love can be unconditional, but it also involves the right judgment. Without it, it's not love, it is actually hate. It's anarchy. 2 John chapter 1 verse 1 starts out by saying, "To the elect lady and her children, whom I love in the truth. And not only I, but also all who know the truth, because of the truth that remains in us and will be with us forever." Some people claim that to love someone, we must abandon truth. But that's not truth. True love involves protecting and sharing the truth with wisdom and care. So what's the main thing from 2 John? It's truth and love. 2 John chapter 1 verse 6 says, "This is love, that we walk according to His commands. This is the command as you have heard it from the beginning, that you walk in love." Let's face it, there are a lot of false teachers today who mean well by saying just love them, accept people for who they are. Yes, it is true that God meets us as we are. I mean, we cannot clean ourselves up for Him. But there is this reality that once we are saved by grace through faith, that is when the exciting work begins. It's in those moments that we can begin to look more like Christ. Any message that negates this reality is a false teaching. You see, this is love, that we walk according to His commands. But isn't that a little bit harsh, Nat? I mean, that seems kind of close-minded. Well, John concludes the letter this way in verses 9 through 11. "Anyone who does not remain in Christ's teaching, but goes beyond it, does not have God. The one who remains in that teaching, this one has both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to you and does not bring this teaching, do not receive him into your home, and do not greet him, for the one who greets him shares in his evil works." As Christians, we don't save anybody. We can't change anyone. But God can, and God will. He will work in our lives when we embrace and live out this truth and love. So my challenge for you today is to abide in God's truth and love. God's love is unconditional. God's love is truth. So let's obey God's commands. Let's encourage Christians to do the same. When we do this, we will win the day.